Good morning, everybody. Hello, Russell Moore coming to you live from dedicated to financial literacy again. It's good to see everybody. And yeah, I hadn't videotaped in over a week, so I said, "Oh man, I've got to give you some content here." I want to also encourage people to hit the subscribe button. Give me a like if you like the content and to notify so that you can continue to get the content. All right. I also want to put a plug in for my wife's channel. I helped her get it started, and it's doing well. She's amazing. I told her, I've been telling her for a while. The name of it is Dedicated to Planning. Dedicated to Planning. Yvette Ortega Moore. All right. So check her channel out. It's about planners. If you like to organize and use organizers and planners, it's actually a huge industry. And my wife has always loved it as a hobby, and she just loves it. So I said, hey, why don't you start a channel and teach some of the things that you've learned over the years? So just want to give a plug in for my wife, okay? She's amazing. So I want to talk today about a quick segment on the current inflation issue. Now, my previous video, what I've told everybody was the Fed's Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve was telling us that, or the CPI, I should say, Consumer Price Index, that we were at about 6 to 7% on inflation rate. Well, my argument, my rebuttal to that was no, that's where we were last year. And at this year, we're more around 10 to 11%. Well, I'm going to go even further now. We might be around 15. I got to do the numbers and look at things and do my research, but I would say we're more between 12 and 15%. Let me give you an example, and let me just mention this too. I know we're in the middle of this crisis with Russia and Ukraine, and I don't want to make this into a political channel, but one of the things I do want to say is, look, as Americans, we need to come together. Forget all this black and white stuff that we've been fighting over. And I know it exists, okay? I know it exists. Candace, I'm sorry, racism still exists in America, all right? But I feel like as a culture, as a country, we've got to come together and unify. We may not agree about everything. It's not about being conservative. It's not about being liberal. It's not about being independent. It's about being Americans. I am an American. I don't care what. I was with some people this weekend, and I was telling them, look, they're like, we're not American. We're from Africa. You're not from, dude, you came from America. You were born here. You've never even been to Africa. So I'm like, stop it with all that. You're American. I'm an American. I might be black, but I'm American, and I'm proud of it. Stop it. We got to stop this craziness. So anyway, yeah, so Jerome Powell and the federal government, I guess they don't want us to panic. I get it as a society. They don't want America to panic. But it's time for us to wake up and realize that we can have issues. The countries that have just suffered for years, and we've been living on the high hog. We've just had prosperity. Things have gone our way. We've just been a blessed nation. And we shouldn't feel bad for that. God blessed us. He's always blessed our country. But our country is actually turning away from God. And whenever that starts happening, man, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems financially. You're going to have problems emotionally. You're going to have problems socially. You're going to have issues. All right. But in Russia invading Ukraine, let me tell you how it's affected us. Because a lot of times we think, oh, well, that's them. We don't want to get in their fight. Let me tell you something. It is our fight. It is our fight. If they see, if the bully, I remember this in school, if the bully can take advantage of this one kid and none of the other kids do anything, then guess what? He's going to take advantage of the next kid and the next kid and the next kid till he rules the school. I'm not saying we should go to war. But we definitely got to draw a line in the sand here and say, look, we are not going to be weak and soft. And let me tell you something. Men in America, we need to get prepared and get ready. It is not unlikely, maybe not in the next year or two, but it is not unlikely for one of these crazy countries to eventually try to come to America. We already know that China and Russia are in cahoots. They're partnering. And I believe personally that Iran is in there too. I think it's a three-headed monster, not two. We need to be prepared in case somebody enters our soil one day. I'm not running. I love our families. I love the women and children in our country. And so I'm not running. I'm like, let's go, let's go. We have to be willing to risk our lives one day. We may have to risk our lives for our own family, for our own children. So let's not think that, oh, it's way out in Ukraine, that it can never happen here. No, it could happen here. The way things are going, the way things are headed. Anyway, that's sobering, but hey, it's the truth. Back to my channel, what I'm supposed to be talking about today. All right. Inflation, I believe it's well over 10% right now. Let's look at and how Ukraine, 12%, 12 to 15% of the world, okay, listen to me, the world's wheat and corn comes from Ukraine. Most people didn't know that. We're just thinking about the gas. If we don't, if Russia's controlling gas right now, natural gas, and no, it's not. It's more than just about gas. Now, gas is important. It's up $7 here, Southern California. Yeah, some places $7 for gas, and it's not over. It may be up to $10 soon. Go get you some gas cans. Fill them up. I'm telling you, you better fill them up. Store you some gas. Keep it in a good, safe place, though, where it's not going to explode on us, all right? Cause fires. Especially, we're in a fire zone where I live. Man, the last thing we need is a fire. But, yeah, so gas is up. And if our country decides to shut down and put sanctions on oil and gas for Russia, and let me tell you, you haven't seen high prices. They're really going to soar up. And why is that? Because our silly government did not take President Trump's advice. We were independent. We were energy independent at one point. But no, Mr. Biden and his regulations, shutting off Keystone. Excuse me. Hey, I'm not editing that. I didn't sneeze on you, all right? So we got to do something. We got to start supplying. We got to start supplying oil and gas. We need to start drilling right now. Even Elon Musk said that at his own demise, because that affects the EV market, right? Because this whole big thing about fossil fuels. And let me tell you something about fossil fuels. This is what puzzles me. And this is what question everybody should be asking in America. We're making a big old thing about fossil fuels here, right? So we cut the regulations, we stopped the pipeline, we stopped all of that, right? Yet we're willing to go to Venezuela and go to Iran and other countries and even OPEC to try to get them to give us more oil, to drill more. Wait a minute. Fossil fuels are fossil fuels. If fossil fuels are a problem here, don't you think they're going to be a problem in other countries, especially that don't have the same regulations that we have? It's hypocrisy. Drill now, drill here, and let's get ready, and then sell it to Europe and say, Europe, hey, you don't have to go to Russia. We'll supply. Drop the price a little bit. Hey, undercut Russia a little bit. Drop the price a little bit, and let's feed Europe ourselves. That'll bring in billions of dollars and lower the gas prices. Now, the crazy thing about this is that if we can't do this overnight. So now what I think the Biden administration is doing, they're scrambling to see what they can do because the midterms are coming up. They're scrambling to see what they can do. They want to get the prices down, but then they don't want to drill because then they'll be admitting that President Trump was right all along. He said all this would happen. Look at some of his old videos. Look, right is right. It doesn't matter whether the person is white, black, green, orange. I don't care. If a person is right, let's admit it. And I think that's the thing that I'm really looking for in Biden. Will he come out and say I was wrong? Now you hear him say made in America, made in America. Where do you think he got that from? President Trump was saying let's make America great again. You guys, right is right. Man, this is crazy to me. Admit that you're wrong. Anyway, back to it. Okay, I got my rant on. Okay, you guys, are you done with my rant? All right. Um, let's look at this for a minute. Inflation. Bacon, 18% up year to date. If you bought bacon last year and you bought it this year, you would see an 18% difference. Oranges, 10%. Wheat, now soaring, 60%. They're not planting anything. There's no farming going on right now. They're under attack. Corn, 70, 80%. We're looking, man, wow. Ground beef, 13%. Eggs, 13% up. I'm talking about if you bought eggs last year and you're buying them now, there's an 18% difference. I'm sorry, 13 for eggs, 18 for bacon. 13%, 13%. And I think the numbers may even be wrong for ground beef. Avocados, up. Not to mention, we talked about gas. Gas is up, 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 up. Gang, this is the time. You want to go to the market, buy some extra. The prices are not done going up. I said this 6 months ago. I said it 8 months ago. I said it a year ago that this day was coming. That's why I took you into my garage. Do you want to see my garage again? Can I show you my toilet paper? All right, I'm going to show you. I want you to see this. Turn the light on here. Okay. Yeah, over here in my corner. And all of this, look at that, toilet paper. But it's all over here. I've got toilet paper, all that here. Don't worry about my mess. I got to clean it up and organize it. But I've got toilet paper. I got upstairs toilet paper, paper towels. In here is Tide. All in here, Tide, Dawn. All of my liquid soaps, hand soaps, everything. Why am I saying this, gang? Why am I saying this? I knew this day was coming. My pantry, full. Pantry, full. I know it's tough, but we're going to get through this. God is good, all right? We're going to get through this. We always do. And God is faithful. But I want you to get ready. Commodities, looking at gold, looking at silver. I've been feeling my portfolio with commodities. I'm also looking at emerging markets. I said that in my last video. Look at the emerging markets. Look at other countries that are making money. That companies that are in other countries that are making money right now. All right? Everybody is not going through this. But eventually, what they say, what do they say? What happens in America affects the whole world. I really think that China and Russia are after the dollar. If these countries that hate us can devalue and kick our currency out, whoa. And that's why you got some people that are looking at why did they talked about Bill Gates buying all this farmland and stuff. Why all of a sudden is he so interested in agriculture? Think about that for a second. Remember Joseph in the Bible? It says for 7 years, For 7 years, all he did was build up and save grain and everything. Then when the famine came, he was able to sell to the people that were in need. That's what the rich are doing. That's one of the reasons I told my wife, I said, let's make sure we get a house before the rates go up. So we got a house in November of 2021. Think about that for a second. Just before they started pushing, we already knew the rates were going to go up. I said that 2 years ago. A lot of people were not believing me. They were talking about 2024 is when the rates will go up, maybe 2023. And I said the first quarter of 2022. And look what's happening. March is the last month of the first quarter. And March 16th, next week, Jerome Powell is going to make an announcement on the rates going up. Everybody says 25 basis points. I personally think it's going to be 50. I could be wrong. They're saying there's going to be multiple hikes, 6 to 7 this year. But I think the first one has to be a significant one. You might as well not hike it if you're only going to go up 25 basis points. Now, rates go up, market goes down. I don't know that for sure. We'll see. We're already in a bear market. So anyway, hang in there. Go out and buy food. Stock up, store up. When you go to the store, buy extra. Because the price may be different the next time you go to the store, all right? Okay? For those that are in the market, get ready. I don't know when it's going to bottom out, but a lot of things are on discount right now. A lot of stocks are on discount. Now, some people are going ahead and already buying right now. I would not. I don't feel like we've reached the bottom. I do not feel like this is the bottom of the market right now. For those who knows what they're doing as far as shorting the market, short the market if you can. For those out there buying those put options, now you always want to cover yourself, leverage yourself. If you buy a put, make sure you got a call. Got to go long somewhere to make sure that you're not, over exposing yourself to the down market, because you never know when it's coming back up. So always, leverage yourself. Okay. If you're going to short, make sure you got something going long to balance that out. So, but the majority of the market is heading down. NASDAQ, big down, big time. Dow's down. S&P 500 down. Everything is down right now. Also, I didn't mention this, crypto. I've got a nice exposure inside of crypto right now for those that have, love Bitcoin. But now think about this for a second, because some of you are out there and saying, wait a minute, I don't have that kind of money. Crypto's at $40,000 a token. Yeah, but you know what? A good alternative, there's other good alternatives. Ethereum is at around $2,500, $2,600. But if say Ethereum is too much. This morning, Cardano was at around 78 cents. This is my disclaimer. I'm not telling you to do it, okay? Don't you come back and say, well, you told me to get Cardano. I have a nice position in Cardano, but I also have Ethereum. I also have some Bitcoin. All right? So I don't know. We don't know. We've never crossed this threshold. So I don't know if crypto is a good leverage for a market that's going down like it is. We're about to find out. What I've been seeing is that crypto has been following the market. So I don't want to overly expose myself into crypto right now. I want to see what this market is going to do. But be encouraged. Make smart decisions. Cut your spending, cut your expenditures. Look for ways to save money and write it down. Write down, this is what I'm going to do this month. I'm going to do some balancing, but balance your budgets right now. I'm not going to suggest this. One of the things that we're not thinking about when it comes to Russia countering against us or other countries, our enemies, is cyber warfare. Shutting down the banks. Grab some cash. Grab some cash from your savings. If you have to, grab some cash. Keep some cash on you. in case something happens where you can't get to your money. All right? Okay. I want to thank everybody for watching the channel. I'm going to continue to I'm going to do about 3 or 4 videos this week. I know it sounds like I'm ranting, you guys. I'm not. I'm passionate. I'm passionate about being dedicated to financial literacy, and I want our people to make it during this time. I know it's tough financially. I know things are going up. But hey, we can win, and we will win. We will win, all right? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.